NCAA championship game. 6 of his Cardinal teams to the national semifinals. And the block there for Stanford.
Well, Inky Ajanaku picking up where she left off last night. She started the game so strong with that powerful block against Minnesota. She is tough in the middle of the court.
Deja McClendon. Dug up by Brittany Howard.
Well, there you go, Katie Slay. Say, take that. Well, I'll give it right back to you. Inky Ajanaku and Katie Slay are 2 of the best blockers in the country. So it's going to be, this chess match is going to be really interesting to watch play out.
Back to serve for Penn State. Micah Hancock, the junior setter. And the service error. Now, Micah Hancock, as we mentioned in the onset, one of the top servers in the country. She had 5 service errors versus Minnesota yesterday.
But she started taking something off of the serve in that 3rd and 4th set yesterday because she wasn't connecting with it.
Ariel Scott, wide.
Had a nice cut on the ball, trying to get past that block, but had just cut it a little too hard, a little too fast.
This is Rachel Williams, the senior. Scott, dug up by Burgess. Inky Ajanaku, dug up by Megan Courtney. And Slay.
You know, both of these setters are connecting with their middle hitters so well. Micah Hancock to Katie Slay right here in the middle. You know, Katie Slay is 6'6" coming at that ball. You can hang it up there pretty high. She can get it.
Leads that Penn State block, averaging 1.6 per frame, 3rd nationally in blocks per set. The set to Burgess. Through the block. Courtney was there. There she is again. And she goes long on the swing.
She was hoping for the tip off the fingertips of that Stanford block, but didn't quite get it.
This is Jordan Burgess. The sophomore from Fort Myers, Florida, had 17 digs yesterday versus Minnesota. Added 9 kills and 4 total blocks. Courtney over the block. Penn State with the kill.
You know, I called her yesterday a little bit of this silent assassin, and it's because she plays around so many All-Americans, but she is a phenomenal outside hitter and just comes through in big ways for the Penn State lines.
Just a sophomore, was the Big Ten Freshman of the Year a year ago. This is Dominique Gonzalez with a service. The point for Stanford, Brittany Howard, who had a very nice regional match yesterday.
Boy, she put this ball and just plays. Watch her manage the swing right there. She knew exactly where she wanted to go with it, took some speed off of it, and dropped it in that right back corner.
It's Mary Ellen Luck with the service for Stanford. Ariel Scott got it down.
You know, Melissa,
off the tip. Go ahead.
Well, we're already seeing some really nice ball control from both of these teams, so they're being able to run, to stay in system so much more, and just giving their setters lots of options of where they want to put the ball.
So Scott goes out for Penn State. Lacey Fuller back to serve. The junior from San Diego. Howard changed up the speed there a little bit. Into that block went Wopat. Bug sets up Howard into that Penn State block.
Show that Dominique Gonzalez has been playing some fantastic defense as the libero for Penn State. She makes a save. I'm not sure I've seen a save like that all year long. Great defense.
Tied up at 6 here in set number 1, and the block again.
Nia Grant and Megan Courtney got together on that block right there and just really shutting it down for the middle of this Stanford offense. And Stanford likes to run the middle a lot.
Howard, the push, dug up by Deja McClendon. The block there for Stanford, and Stanford, these are 2 teams. Penn State #1 blocking nationally. Stanford in the top 5 as well. It doesn't get any better than this.
Well, it really doesn't, because that's your first line of defense right there. So it starts to play.
On to Hancock, so good at that.
Well, that's definitely one of the best things she does. She's attacking at 360 right now, and that's a really high percentage. Her and Maddie Bug both as setters of their team, hitting the ball well in the second ball over.
It's Megan Courtney with a service just over the net. Push it out in the middle to Wopat. Megan Courtney, and it goes long.
You know, this is one of those matches, Melissa, that's going to go back and forth, and who makes the least amount of errors. You've got to make great decisions on where the ball's going and limit your errors.
Brittany Howard with the service there for Stanford. Not able to pick that one up from Nia Grant, sit it in strong.
No, we've seen Brittany Howard play some great defense on that back line. She's 6'3", roaming around that back of that defense and really digging balls. Didn't quite
get
get
5 digs and total blocks yesterday in the match versus Minnesota. Wopat, the tip, got it down. Good decision there.
Well, it really was. And how she just floats in the air. She jumps so well and just really can get up there and look around and see where she wants to put it. Great decision on her part.
This is Kyle Gilbert, the libero for Stanford from California. 20 digs versus Minnesota. Deja McClendon into the block. Inky Ajanaku was there. McClendon will go up again. Pushed it through. Go to McClendon, into that block again. Williams, Ajanaku there. Ajanaku, one-on-one with Slay. Courtney, nice job keeping it alive. Great rally. And finally, the termination by Rachel Williams for the point.
Well, just an unbelievable rally on both sides of the net, but Inky Ajanaku's blocks are just phenomenal, the way she presses in on the ball, but Rachel Williams finishes it out off that right side.
Deja McClendon again, the block there. Burgess delivers.
That's one of the things Burgess does best. I really like to call her a Terminator. She has such a powerful swing on that left side, and sometimes her numbers don't always really show exactly what she's capable of doing. She is a strong hitter.
Went from the right side to the left side, added 9 kills yesterday to her total versus Minnesota. The tip, and McClendon gets it down.
Beautifully played by Deja McClendon. Goes up there, makes you think she's about to unload on the ball, and tips it right over the block.
2 kills for Deja McClendon, hitting .250. So far, both of these offenses have spread things out nicely. Into the net and over. That's an ace.
Well, that's one thing you don't want to give Micah Hancock confidence. You've got to be ready for that ball to hit the tip of that net. So whoever is that closest player up has got to be ready for that.
247 career aces. Make that 248 for the junior.
Now this is where she can start rattling off some points. She'll get on these rolls. Beautifully placed ball, a little miscommunication between the Stanford back line.
#1 all-time career aces at Penn State. Swing out to Williams. Out of bounds off the block.
Well, that's a good rotation to get out of. You want Hancock off of that service line as quick as possible.
This is Rachel Williams. 25 digs, 8 total blocks, 2 kills for the tournament for her. Up it over the block goes Ariel Scott. Push it out to Burgess. Burgess! Nice dig by Hancock. And finally, Penn State gets it down for the kill.
And Maddie Bug is having a discussion with the up umpire here. Coach Dunning trying to calm her back down. Got to stay in the match, in the moment.
And Maddie Bug tried to get it over on 2. Did not work with that forward little block. Slay was there.
Oh, Katie Slay, I like it. She's got a little edge about her today. She's she is tough up there at the net and really staring down these Stanford players right now.
So far, 8 ties in this first set. Penn State leading it by 2. Now by 1.
Inky Ajanaku with the hard hit ball just drove it right into that block.
5 lead changes so far here. Pretty much what we expected, Mel. Inky Ajanaku delivers. Was waiting for it.
Well, you know, you love those overpasses. You're just waiting to get your hands on it. She made a good decision to just place the ball right along the net.
Had some hang time there. Burgess. Good serve there. They'll set up Howard. So right now it's a 15. It's been a good one here in this Lexington regional finale. Penn State and Stanford going head-to-head. The Nittany Lions with a slight edge here as we take a look at the road to Lexington for the Stanford Cardinal. Finished second in the Pac-12, earned that at-large bid. First round defeated Hampton, Oklahoma in the second round, and then, of course, Minnesota, the 10 seed, yesterday in straight sets. For Penn State, they won the Big Ten, earned that automatic bid, defeated LIU Brooklyn, then Utah, and then yesterday played Michigan State for the 3rd time. Michigan State handed the team their last loss. They've only had 2 this season, but they came out the victor in 4 over Kathy George and company with the Spartans. A service error out of the break by Gonzalez, side out Stanford.
Oh, that's just one of the things you don't want to see your team do, come out of the break and miss a serve. They're just one of those areas that you've got to stay away from as much as possible.
So far, Penn State 5 blocks, Stanford with 2. The story, Wopat. The dig by Burgess. Williams. Over the block goes Ariel Scott. Out of bounds point for the Nittany Lions.
You know, it's obvious that Micah Hancock knows that Ariel Scott is just playing some really good volleyball. She's hitting the ball so hard off that right side, and she's going to go to her as much as she can. You can tell already in this match.
Ariel Scott is hitting .346 in the tournament, averaging 3.2 kills per set. Wopat. Don't see too many errors by Carly Wopat, the All-American, for the tournament, hitting .482. Also 16 total blocks, 56 total attacks, but just 2 errors so far in the tournament. Make that 3. Great dig by Lacey Fuller. Courtney got it.
You know, Lacey Fuller is one of those players that's come in for Penn State and really made a difference in the back row, playing some great defense, and it's just called keep the ball off the floor, Lacey. Keep it off the floor, and that's what she
has been exactly what we expected between 2 of the top 5 blocking teams in the country as we take a look at the Big Ten versus the Pac-12. 8 teams got in for the Big Ten. The Pac-12 got in 9. Teams remaining so far 4-3. And you look at the overall records, and this one is really at the forefront of conversation here today.
Well, it is. I really think these are 2 of the top 4 teams in the country, and it's a shame they're having to play in the regional finals.
Wopat, one-on-one there with Megan Courtney, and my goodness.
You know, one-on-one with Carly Wopat on a slide hit. You don't always get a lot of success there, but Megan Courtney was there for that one.
Good serve by Fuller. The tip by Williams, and got it down.
A smart play by Rachel Williams right there, and that's what you get from a senior veteran. She knows exactly what she had available to her and put it right where it needed to go.
Maddie Bug with the service for Stanford. Pac-12 setter of the year. Courtney over the block. Bug sets up Williams. Asia McClendon there. Courtney over the block. Over on 1 for Bug. Burgess gets the kill.
What a nice play. Jordan Burgess just has a really nice swing, whether she's left front or coming out of the back row, which she was right here. Good decision by Maddie Bug for the kill.
Courtney. Wopat with the push. A little miscue there by Nia Grant, who tried to do the same thing.
Well, Nia Grant, she saw she had that overpass, and she went for it, but just a little bit too much on it. Came down on her side of the net.
Megan Courtney into the block. Point, Stanford. We are tied up again.
Beautiful block by Carly Wopat and Rachel Williams right here. Not a whole lot of space for Megan Courtney to get the ball into the other court.
It's a 4-0 run for the Cardinal. Bug looking for her fourth point back there. Got it. So far, Stanford looking pretty good with Maddie Bug back at the service line. Up 20-19 here in this first set. It's been back and forth.
It's a good timeout by Russ Rose right here. This game can get away from you real quick when the score gets to 20, and that's what's happening. Stanford, not either team really hitting the ball that well. The blocks are so tremendous. There are some kills though. 9 for Stanford, 10 for Penn State, but both of these teams really showing their prowess in the blocking category.
11 ties so far, 6 lead changes. And let's take a look at Inky Ajanaku and her kills and blocks today.
Boy, Inky Ajanaku, the sophomore, just phenomenal blocker. The way she presses in on balls on the block, and then her prowess at the net to hit the ball. She has great hops, great vision when she gets up in the air, where she wants the ball to go. These middles and their connection with their setter, Maddie Bug, is pretty phenomenal.
And there's a look at Carly Wopat. You mentioned the All-American. Led the Pac-12 with just under 1.5 blocks per set, which was good for 13th nationally. 443 hitting percentage for the season, ranked 9th nationally. So when he's very smart, her best skill is blocking, a very aggressive blocker, and we've seen that so far.
Well, both her and Ajanaku, Wopat and Ajanaku, have great leaping ability, allows them to get their arms over the net and press in to the other side of the court, and there's just not a lot of places the hitter can hit the ball when that happens, so they get their hands on a lot of balls.
That is a look at Inky Ajanaku playing loose. Right now, these two teams, a lot on the line here. Someone's going home and somebody is going to Seattle. Ariel Scott. And there's that block again for Stanford.
The set was just a little bit short. Ariel Scott's approach, she was a little too far away to get to that ball.